This video is specifically about the Whirlpool microwaves and why I believe they're poorly designed. You shouldn't buy one, and it's just a terrible investment. So I bought this microwave because my old one was a Samsung and the handle kept pulling off. And if you Google it, you'll find lots of reviews about people breaking the handles off their Samsung microwaves. It seems to be an ongoing issue. Fixing it was about $40 in parts and kind of a pain in the butt. So after the third or fourth time, I decided I was just going to upgrade my microwave, buy a more expensive one so I didn't have to worry about it. And that's why I purchased this Whirlpool microwave. I don't remember exactly how much it was. It was in the $400 or $500 range, which is kind of like mid to high tier, I would say, among microwaves. So I figured it was a safe bet to spend more, not have to worry about replacing the handle. This one actually has a metal handle, which is awesome. So I thought it was, more well constructed. It turns out I was wrong. So after 2 years, the door actually failed. And what happened, and I'll show some close-ups here, is although the front of the door is metal, it's actually wrapped around this cheap plastic frame. And then the door itself does have a metal frame with some plastic on it, but the screws are essentially going through the metal frame and then anchoring just into plastic on this back side. So over time, every time you pull the door open, it's weakening those, and eventually they crack and the two halves of the door separate. Now, this happened after 2 years of ownership. I contacted Whirlpool. They weren't of any help. Basically ordered an entirely new door. It was about $200. Replaced it. It wasn't that hard to replace, and went on with my life. Well, 2 years later, almost to the day, same exact thing happens to the new door. So I ordered another door, and I've been waiting 3 months. I still don't have the new door. Apparently Whirlpool isn't prioritizing manufacturing them. There's obviously labor shortages and supply chain shortages. So I reached out to Whirlpool, told them what happened. They basically told me to screw off. They said all mechanical things fail. They're dealing with challenges right now. It's not a priority to make this door. I said, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't use my microwave. It's been 3 months. They weren't of any help. So I told them I was going to throw it in the trash, which I'm about to do. And I was going to buy a new microwave, and it definitely wasn't going to be a Whirlpool. And true to my word, I did not buy a Whirlpool. And now I'm going to make this video so other people can see the issue. Now, unfortunately, I can't disassemble every microwave at Lowe's and Home Depot and see if all the Whirlpool microwaves are made this way. However, I assume they are. And there is one telltale sign that I've found that kind of shows you how the door is assembled. And if you look at the inside of the door when you're shopping for microwave, the screws in question were hidden behind these little plastic covers. And I've noticed not all microwaves have this design. The Whirlpools tend to. So these little caps pop off. Those are the screws that hold the two halves of the door, so to speak, together. And in the case of this microwave, they're just anchored into this cheap, flimsy plastic backing. And once they pull out, you can't just replace this plastic backing. You have to replace this entire front panel with the glass, the control panel, the stainless steel. And it's actually pretty much the same price as the entire door assembly. So rather than taking the whole thing apart, it's actually cheaper and easier just to replace the entire door assembly, if you can even buy it. Which I don't believe you should even be having to replace the door assembly to begin with, especially within 2 years of purchasing a brand new $400 or $500 microwave. So just wanted to give people a heads up and a warning about what I think is a terrible design flaw in Whirlpool microwaves and why I would never recommend buying one, and I'm never going to buy another one. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. This video, not really DIY, but more of a lookout. Try not to get burned like I did. This is the second door I'm throwing in the trash, and now the entire microwave is going in the trash because I can't even get a replacement. And I should note that this door is pretty torn up, covered in kind of rusty water in spots, because I put it out in the garage after I removed it in anticipation of getting a new one. That was like 3 months ago, so it's just been laying in my garage waiting for the replacement door. I didn't want to throw it away until I was sure I was going to get one, so I thought maybe I could fix it if I had to. It turns out I can't. I can't even get the parts that would be required, so it's all just trash at this point. Even though the microwave works perfectly fine, it's actually a fairly good microwave. The door is just such a terrible design that it doesn't hold up, and now I can't replace it.